And welcome to WWE Monday Night Raw, February 1st, 1999 Retro Review. Yeah, I know I'm not shaking my hips or anything like the New Day, but I thought I'd start off my introduction to this video with the New Day type of deal going on there that they do when they call themselves the World Tag Team Champions and so forth. Don't forget to eat your bootios because they make sure you're not booty. I love that shit. I hope one day they actually make that damn gimmick into a real life cereal. I think that would be funny as hell. Not to mention, Vince McMahon has actually made ice cream bars with wrestlers' faces planted on the ice cream bars from the old days, like CM Punk wanted to have back in 2011. If any of you guys remember that, I did. I thought that was pretty clever on CM Punk's part to actually add that in there. I thought that would be funny if they actually did go with that too. But anyway, getting on to real things here that is important that this video is actually pertaining to, and that's the February 1st, 1999 retro review of WWE's Raw. This was another kind of, it's hard to say this, but that's what any wrestling company or any team or whatever, anything you like, it has its ups, it has its downs. This episode, I did not really like a whole lot. Action-wise, it was crap. Storyline-wise, I thought it was pretty good. I thought they did an excellent job introducing a match with Rock and Mankind, which I'll later get into in this review. And Vince McMahon and Stone Cold, I mean, there ain't much to be said about that. You just say that and you already know you got a good storyline telling that's being made throughout the entire sequence of that segment. And there is actually a couple of segments throughout the show that they actually go and build on with Stone Cold and Vince McMahon. So, yeah, that stuff was good. But the match is building up into St. Valentine's Massacre. Excuse me, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm calling myself a YouTube guy on having my own YouTube channel. I can't even say it's St. Valentine's Day Massacre. What the fuck's wrong with me? Anyway, but anyhow, this episode, if it had good matches, this show would have been decent. But it just did not have the match quality that it needed to be worth, watching for an hour and 30 minutes. I mean, there was some good things on here. There was some bad things. But to watch a full hour and 30 minutes, I would not recommend to anybody. I am doing that just for the sake of you guys, to give you my overall opinion about the episode, what episodes you should, or what you guys, depending on your opinion. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion. It's different for everybody. But, I mean, I'm just giving you guys my overall opinion about each episode, what things I would say to watch or at least catch, and what things I wouldn't watch if you are interested in watching the older episodes. I'm pretty sure if anyone watches these videos and they hear me saying, well, this is shit, that's shit, blah, 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 they're probably going to be like, well, I'm not going to even really watch the episode altogether, so what's the point? But anyway, there are some good moments on the show. The promos and segments leading into the St. Valentine's Day Massacre pay-per-view was pretty good overall, but the match is just, I don't know, it wasn't all that great. But I'll get into the whole entire deal right now with you guys, so I'm just not repeating the same exact shit over and over and over again. First scenario here, Val Venis defeats Billy Gunn by disqualification, thanks to Ken Shamrock. I don't know why the fuck Ken Shamrock was attacking Billy Gunn in the first place. It made no fucking sense. He already defeated the guy. Val Venis is actually the guy he wants to go after, because Val Venis is the one that's pretty much just going ahead and screwing around with Ken Shamrock's sister throughout this story that's going on between Val Venis and Ken Shamrock. But whatever. I mean, it was not exactly what you call a star-studded match here. I mean, this was not all that entertaining. The match ended with a DQ. Val Venis picked up the victory thanks to that DQ. Oh wait, never mind. What the fuck am I talking about? No, Ken Shamrock beat the shit out of Val Venis. Never mind. I'm very sorry. I do apologize. Val Venis picked up the victory by DQ because Ken Shamrock attacked Val Venis in the first place. Never mind. Excuse me on that one. I do apologize. I'm the idiot, not WWE from February 1st of 1999. On that one. Wow, what the fuck was I missing on that one? I have no idea. I do apologize, guys. But yeah, this match overall, though, I know what I'm talking about here on this portion of it. It was not all that great action-wise. I thought it was absolute shit. I give it a 2 out of 5 stars, just to be nice. Big Boss Man facing D'Lo Brown in a one-on-one match. Again, nothing interesting. Just a load of crap with D'Lo Brown being fucked over by Jacqueline and Terry Reynolds. That's all this match was. Complete, utter waste of time. Did not understand why they wanted to do this, but who the fuck gives a shit? This match sucked. 2 out of 5 stars. Then after that, we actually had a segment where Vince McMahon was hunting down Stone Cold Steve Austin to actually find out where he was in Texas and get him to try to swing at him so that he would get intentionally, well, not really, he wasn't trying to get himself intentionally screwed over out of the match, but he was trying to get Stone Cold Steve Austin to intentionally fuck Stone Cold over out of the match for them to face each other one-on-one at St. Valentine's Day Massacre in a steel cage match. So with all that being said, that's pretty much it. That's all. That's pretty much what we led into, and then eventually he finds Stone Cold, but I'll get into that later, how they find him. And there was a funny segment before he finds Stone Cold, which I will get into in a few moments. Oh yeah, I forgot also, Shane McMahon came out before Val Venis and Billy Gunn and announced that there will be a one-on-one match in the steel cage against Triple H and Kane. One-on-one. Nothing like we haven't seen this one before. But whatever. Anyway, getting into things here, Draws defeated Kurgan, which was a fucking waste of time. Thank God this was only 1 minute and 53 seconds long. 1 out of 5 stars. Even lucky to even get that, because that was fucking bullshit. Anyway, we then got into Mankind. He came out. He was happy to be the champion once again because The Rock and Mankind actually had a one-on-one match with at Sunday Night Heat's halftime Super Bowl show with the arena completely empty, if you guys remember that one. Surprisingly enough, Rock had the shortest run in his whole entire title reign of all time, which was only a week. Pretty fucking pathetic and sad, if you ask me. He loses the title thanks to a forklift being on top of him with a pallet. The pallet being on top of him with the forklift as well. So, I mean, with all that being said, and then the pinfall by Mankind, he picks up the victory 1, 2, 3 and wins the title. So then, at this point, Mankind comes out. He's happy as a pig in shit with the title on his shoulder once again for the second time in his career. And then The Rock comes out. Rock goes ahead and goes on to say, well, you know what? You beat the hell out of me. I sure as hell beat the hell out of you, and I don't mind beating the hell out of you one more time. And this time we're going to give it we're going to call it the last man standing match. The only way you can win, not by pinfall, submissions, or anything else, which was a good way of introducing this match because the way that match ended at the Sunday Night Heat Super Bowl halftime show with the empty arena was definitely the great way, a great way of winning a last man standing match. So why not do it without the pinfalls involved? So there you go. That was a great way to introduce the last man standing match idea, which was funny. They didn't actually use that in the last man standing match during this pay-per-view, and that's the only spoiler I'm going to give you guys, if you guys are even familiar with what happened. But that's about the only thing. So Rock goes on to say, well, you know what? I'm just going to whip your candy ass at St. Valentine's Day Massacre in a last man standing match. No pinfalls, no submissions. The only way to win is by the count of 10. And that's pretty much it. Pretty short, straight to the point, with a few little funny, dialogue, with a little bit of funny dialogue going back and forth between Rock and Mankind. So it was definitely a well put together promo. Very much liked it and really enjoyed myself watching that 5-minute skit between those two. They were actually great enemies and great tag team partners all together, all around throughout their career. So I was very impressed with this as well. Next from there, we had the Brood, Christian, Edge, and Gangrel, defeating the Ministry of Darkness thanks to a disqualification. So, this match wasn't all that interesting. Gangrel was supposedly had a noose wrapped around his neck and was being hung, which is pretty fucking sick for something back then he did. Later on, ECW tried doing that, and that backfired badly on them, trying to do all kinds of crazy shit with demonic stuff. But anyway, moving into this and getting off of ECW, which I will talk about tomorrow or Sunday before the pay-per-view, on that next episode that I'm supposed to do for you guys for the retro reviews. Okay, so, yeah, this match wasn't all that great. I did not get into it too much. Give it a 2 out of 5 stars just because of star quality in this match. Mideon, Undertaker, and Viscera were the opponents of Gangrel, Edge, and Christian. But nothing really important happened here. The Acolytes later on had a match with Al Snow and Road Dogg in a tag team match, and the Acolytes won this match. Al Snow and Road Dogg got their asses whooped, and there was a new group of guys, part of the Ministry of Darkness. Seems like the Ministry of Darkness was WWE's version of the NWO, only with a satanic side to it. And it was actually Edge, Christian, and Gangrel who was part of this team. Very surprising and very shocking for that matter. I guess it was their own little sacrifice deal that they had going on, those sick depraved motherfuckers, and it was a hardcore match nonetheless, just to mention that. Al Snow and Road Dogg actually, before this attack happened, they started to really dislike each other. Road Dogg and him were pissed off at one another. The other was thinking one left them hanging, and the other one felt the same. And they just happened to beat each other up, and then all of a sudden the rest of the Ministry of Darkness went after Al Snow and Road Dogg in this case. By this point, we also had the build-up towards Vince McMahon going face-to-face with Stone Cold Steve Austin in a public place. They were in a restaurant, and they went inside this one room, and a redneck had a fucking shotgun that he said, "What's so funny, motherfucker?" kind of attitude, and cocked his shotgun and said, "You don't get out of here, I'm going to shoot you in your fucking face." Wow, what some fucking crazy shit. And they were using it looked like real gun. It looked like a real gun. I mean, the other one that they did with Stone Cold Vince McMahon back in '98 was actually pretty good too. I mean, he thought he was gonna get shot in the head, and it ended up being nothing. He pees in his pants altogether. So that was kind of funny. But this was as funny as that. Only Vince McMahon didn't piss himself. He just kind of like, okay, I'll sayonara. I'm going away. I'll leave you alone. And he's like, "You damn right you will." And Stone Cold Steve Austin's at a bar, have a nice day, and get the fuck lost kind of attitude. So it was kind of funny. Uh, During that segment later on, I believe that segment with the redneck with the shotgun was before the Acolytes and Al Snow match, and then they got back with Vince McMahon and his two cronies, Jerry Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson, trying to meet up with uh, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he went ahead and finally met Stone Cold at a bar in Texas and looked at him and says, "Come on, you son of a bitch. Hit me, you bastard. Come on, hit me, you fucking bastard, you chicken shit." All kinds of vulgar language, pretty unusual with Vince McMahon. He used some very strong vulgar language in comparison to what he's used in the past that I know of. This is the first time I ever heard him use that kind of language with real harsh, vulgar language like he did, and it was just unbelievable how good Vince McMahon sounded. He sounded really pissed off. He sounded believable. He sounded like he wanted to fight Stone Cold, but he wanted him to take the first punch. It was good. Stone Cold looked at him and says, "You're fucking crazy. You think I'm going to go ahead and hit you? I'm going to hold back and wait until St. Valentine's Day Massacre and beat the shit out of you then and take all this frustration I'm holding right now and lay it all out on you at the pay-per-view. And I'm going to beat your ass and win the match and go on to WrestleMania to win the World Heavyweight title." And that was pretty much it. Great face-to-face confrontation between Austin and Stone Cold, but when did they ever not have a good confrontation between the two? They always had a good confrontation. There was never a bad moment between the two. It's always been classic all the way between them every single time. So you can't say, you can never expect a bad confrontation between those two. Then the main event, Triple H and Kane. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the rating on the Acolytes versus Al Snow and Road Dogg. I actually have to give this a 3.5 out of 5 stars because of very good hardcore wrestling that happened in this match. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was good action. Triple H and Kane was actually very good too. I give this a 4 out of 5 stars. This match was pretty decent, kind of slow, but I mean, you're talking about Kane here. Kane's a pretty tall guy. He's not exactly what you call a fast performer in the ring, but he held his own as as the big man in the match. And Triple H did pretty well with him. They worked pretty well together, I think. I like some of their matches, so they're not too bad together. And Triple H ended up picking up the victory by climbing out of the cage. And Chyna, being part of the corporation, said that they're gonna get back at Triple H, whatever the fuck that was supposed to mean. But that's how the show ended. So that was it. There was nothing else more to discuss about this episode, outside of the fact that there was 2 decent matches and the rest of the fucking card sucked. Number 1. Number 2, you had a couple of good promo segments, and that's it. That was your episode. So, I mean, if you want to watch the 2 matches I just mentioned I thought was good, and the segments, by all means, I would definitely check those out. But the rest of this episode, I wouldn't even bother wasting my fucking time with. But anyway, at this time, you know what to do. X marks the spot on that subscribe button, and leave your comments and opinions down below. I'd definitely like to hear from you guys. Let me know if there's any kind of, maybe a retro review you guys would want me to do for the side, like as a fan request. I definitely would like to do that if you guys want me to. I have no problem doing that. Just, keep an eye out for what is on the network that I could actually view, and I'll definitely go ahead and do that for you guys. So if you guys want me to do a review on a pay-per-view, a specific event that's actually on the WWE network from back in the day, definitely let me know, and I will check it out, watch it, and give you my overall opinion on it, just as a way of being interactive with you guys and adding a little bit more activity to this channel. I do understand that haven't done a whole lot this week in comparison to what I've done in the last couple of weeks. So I do apologize about that. It's just, life catches us, off guard, and things happen. But anyway, guys, I thank you very much for watching this video. You have a great night and enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Bye.